Welcome back to Factorio, building the Hyperbase. Okay, so as promised, I have connected up this iron all the way through to our, I guess it's a bit of a stacker here. We've connected up the copper. We've finished deploying modules and beacons. We've added a whole bunch of modules and beacons down here and into the second one, although I did notice there were a couple of spots where oh no, not there for example, where there was a rock that hadn't been cleared in time, so we may need to come back and do a little bit of fix-it work, if you like. And we got down here and, well, we kind of ran out, and it's taken quite a while to of the beacons, that is. We ran out of the beacons, and it's taken quite a while to build more. So I thought, well, we need to do something else while this is going on. And the other ingredient, of course, that we need here, this one here, is the plastic, which is vital for the red circuits. So we need a new source of plastic, and I've calculated out that basically I either need effectively basically two of these platforms that are fed from one side, or I guess I could actually have trains fed from both sides of the platform. So the train would load off the car, which actually might be good because we could potentially use two inserters to unload onto the train if we really wanted fast throughput. We probably don't need it though. So yeah, what I really want to do, I guess, is and in terms of batteries for yellow science, I am of the opinion that what I need is simply one more platform like this, although we'll supply it in full. You can see there's a limited amount of sulfuric acid actually getting through here, so we need to boost this guy. And admittedly these builds do use rather a lot of beacons, and since it's beacons that we have a shortage of, I'm not sure how much it will help to well, build something. Our alternate build being building something that is not just building this out with its beacons, is building oil that uses lots of beacons. I'm not sure how effective that actually is going to be, but never mind. So yeah, this oil is probably a little bit in the way. Let's just go up there and have a little bit of a squiz as to it's not the oil so much that's in the way, rather it's the train track. Let's have a bit of a squiz as to what's going on up there. Okay, I think we need to head up quite a lot. Yes, there's the copper. Here is the oil. And yes, the train line coming up through there will be a bit of a problem. Do I have any pump jacks on me? No, I do not. But even if we can't use, you know, all of those, we still have all of these, and this is a massive field. Or we could use this field here, which is massive enough as well. Okay, let's get some basic oil stuff, and also discuss what else we have to be concerned about. The space science, whoops, we are down to, like, all of these were filled evenly. Very occasionally a tiny bit is taken from one of these other boxes. You can see that's got 6.7, So a tiny bit's come out of there, slightly more from there. This one is getting relatively low, as you'd expect. So we're sort of getting up to 3/4 of the way through. We may need to send our space science train over here again, well, enable the satellites to be delivered to the silo facility and get a little bit more space science so we can keep this whole thing ticking over. You will notice how bad yellow's got. That's in spite of our fixing red circuits. And of course the other thing is what we've set up a degree of readiness for, but I might just go to map mode. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are just 6 more patterns to go before we want to be heading down here. And with that in mind, I think we should go solar. We should copy these station names. Of course, we're up to 3 now. Does it really matter? Probably not, but never mind. And hashtag solar3. And we'll rename this one as well, just because I need the radar, I think. What did I call the first one? Satellite Solar U. Alright, Satellite Solar 2U. Actually, I might just call it Satellite Solar U as well. And yeah, the train potentially can come here instead of going to the other one. Oh, and it needs some of these guys, which we do actually have on us, so let's head on over there. Throw on that version of our armor. I think that is all we were waiting on. Power, apparently. Okay. And another one here from the looks of things. Now we've got this. Alright. Actually, do you know what I might do? I might change the names of all these stations which I can do on the map mode. I don't actually have to fly backwards and forwards, and it's probably slightly annoying flying backwards and forwards, so I guess we will do it on the map mode. We can change these back to the 2 version, just so we're not going to need to do anything like let's start deploying. That's good. I might just do some manual solar laying. grab that out of there. Ooh. This is instead of bothering with the control to lock it in place to the oh, what are these guys coming to me for? Yeah, doing it the old-fashioned way. Just so I can basically deactivate the current one and start the new, because I can't be bothered working out exactly what I did with my limitation thing. I ripped it out, but instead of copying it last time. Oops, I slipped at the last minute. That would be one of the reasons why I'm doing it automatically, probably, rather than manually like this. Now, it won't do this particularly efficiently, because that's one of the things that we get out of having it place just one tile at a time, is a special, particularly efficient laying of the panels. But that's fine, doesn't matter. It just gets it kind of out of mind. So we might find that we now have, yeah, all of the 950 bots are active. And in fact, construction manager, well, 0.23, I guess it's more than it's been, but it's not too terrible. It's generally pretty strongly under control. Otherwise, when it's just doing one panel at a time. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not advocating going back to that approach, but it will just save us worrying about it while we finish off here. And in fact, now that I have the pattern, I can put it in here. Presumably this one is still sitting at 0. Yep. So there it is. I will need to grab that at some point, because I do need to place this first one before it starts working properly. But we can leave that alone now. That's all we're going to need to worry about there. I'm pretty sure there's enough resources on board these trains, so that's something we don't need to worry about. We still haven't fully unloaded this one. But there's 6.9 thousand I don't know what was grabbing off me, but 6.9 thousand accumulators. That should be plenty for the number of panels that we place down. So let's stop off up here and get, say, I don't need 20, how about 10, how about, I don't need 10 of those, maybe 5. This won't be enough. 300 of those, and we're going to need some chem plants. Maybe 50. Now, I know I don't have enough of these. Oh, 114, that's not bad, but let's grab, we can have the 4 back for now. Let's grab a few. Do we want to see some launches before we go much further? I'm kind of thinking we do. How's this going now? Yeah, we're into the final 3 quarters, or the final quarter rather. Let's just check where tech got to. So we got to mining productivity 30, so that's a plus 60%. It's all very good. What do we actually need to do to get some launches happening? I think, do you want to hear them as well? You probably want to hear them as well. I want to hear them. Let's fly on over to the rocket array, rocket silo array. It's down a bit, isn't it? Yeah, it's got to be. There we go. The rockets are all ready to take off. They just need satellites. So if I go to the map view, I think I can come down here. There's 40 sitting here. There's another 48 ready to go. Why don't we just tell you to go automatic? And we are off and running. It's not going to take very long. Let's get back up to here. Maybe center our view a little bit better. There we go. Are we getting all 9 at once? Not quite. Interesting that, oh, that would make sense. That's the closest, isn't it? So there we go with some science. In a fairly short period of time, this should kick off a bit of production for us as well. Let's see what we're doing at the moment. That's only about 50,000 plates per minute. That's nothing. Now we need to stop you doing any more than about 80, I suspect. Aside from the fact that we probably can't do much more than about 80. Let's just put you on manual. And here comes the first of our trains to resupply. And another train. This is a lot of fun. I have memories of this sort of thing. But 9 arrays is more than I had previously. LDS, you guys should be next probably. We've got 16k here. Let me just see if I can see where the LDS is, in fact. It looks like it's sitting down at satellites. That doesn't look like it's particularly good sitting at satellites. Yeah, there's no need for it to sit at satellites. It's waiting until it's completely empty. We're missing a launch, but that's okay. I don't see why you need to wait until you're completely empty. Silo LDS. Oh, and we need you to go to between satellites. You need to go to B LDS load until inventory full, and you can go there now. So I may have to put a bit of a timer on that one. Because we're certainly getting down on the low density structures. What sort of pace are we maintaining at the moment on our launches? Do we have a minute? 7.8 thousand a minute. That would be slightly slow relative to what we should be doing. There we go, there's the LDS. Now this shouldn't be able to support this going at our sort of 8,000 a minute. Satellite 12k per minute, interesting. That won't last long at that rate. Where is space science? I can't even see it. Oh, there we go. It's still 7.8 apparently. You filled up once yet? No. I guess that makes sense. This is a little bit silly that you're just sitting here. Maybe you'll head off very soon. No, you've got some way up here as well. What about you? Fuel, it doesn't look like we have fuel at the moment. Let's just see what the fuel train's up to. Is this it here? Satellite fuel. Ooh, what happened to silo fuel? Yeah. we need more fuel trains, that's obvious, so our speed here is going to return to some rather more normal amount very soon. Yeah, it doesn't really know where it's at, does it? Because I think we are out of fuel. Well, anyway, we've probably watched this long enough. These two are back okay, which is good. They're just running on buffer though, to be honest. Let's have a look at what normal production is doing though. We are getting up towards the 100k plates, which is always fun. That thing's at 57,000. We've probably seen enough launches for now. I can watch them all day, but maybe you guys are getting sick of it. I don't know. I wouldn't mind just seeing where the fuel train is at, I guess, before we depart. It's heading here at long last. But as you can see, they've all run out of fuel at this point. So yeah, trying to do too much with our fuel train. It'll carry on very soon though, I'm pretty sure. Where are you? Is that it there? Probably. Yep. No? Yes. There it is. Off to the silo. Okay, so that'll get us some more space science so that we can carry on with our researches. What we really want, of course, is to build the plastic for yellow science, and we want to do that up here. So, these things. If one was sitting there, would that get in the way of 1, 2? No, it just goes through that one. Interesting. So I might just extend this rail line a little bit up this way. Just so. Let's get rid of these rocks that are over here. They're not going to be helpful. I don't quite know how much room I'm going to need. But yeah, let's get rid of all that stuff. Oh, we're picking up tons of coal as well. Obviously this orientation is not going to work. That will, that won't. So it'll have to be that. Plastic. So we more or less have a plastic build, although I may want to reverse it a bit. That's our launching. What are you waiting on? Oh, you're out of LDS. Well, you're always going to run out of them. Now you can't supply it. When it needs 4, it's not going to be able to supply with just 1 at the rate that you want, although it's probably just sitting down here again, is it? Yep. It is. How about, when it's there, empty cargo inventory. Let's make it 60 seconds, say. It'll be less of an issue when we have more facilities, but at the moment it's being a bit of a pain. This is loading pretty quickly though. Have we topped 100,000? No. Not at all. What about this? We're still under around 10 UPS in the update. How does all the extra we put down going? It's a bit of a mess. It's kind of the sort of mess that you normally get with manual laying of solar. I guess it was to be expected, and this one, the resources are holding out. The train has still quite a few solar panels on it. Basically all good, and we have plenty of those, so they're all good as well. Okay, oh, I totally forgot why I came over here in the first place, which was to get a bit of an image of this setup. Okay, let's see, what's that? Can always get that again if I need it. That's going into the sulfuric build. Let me just wipe out the sulfuric build, which is not part of what I want to do just now. And you are plastic. So, what I kind of want to do is might just go slap. Get rid of all of that waffle. Well, I didn't really mean to pick up these, but I guess I was always going to. Now, I think that I want the cars to be on where we get the plastic. So I kind of want to reverse all of these inserters, which, well, we're going to need a bunch more inserters. Why don't I say we don't need all of that just at the moment. That would mean this middle one here is going to be plastic, which would be okay. Let's fly up and get some more inserters. Whoa, we're way off track. Nope. That's the old power. Okay, what I principally want is not just 50 of those, but say 300. There we go. Right, change over armors. Oh, I should have got some more of these guys, but never mind. It's going to take a while, isn't it, if I do that? I'm going to need some of these guys as well. Pick up all of these things, thanks, and nothing else. Except the trees down here. You can pick up them if you must. Now, I'm not sure how this looks slightly slightly screwed actually. Car. I might have to get the cars just to make sure that it works, because it's confusing me. Yeah, we don't need any more of these things for the moment. Where's my plane? Down below. Did this top up? It hasn't yet. Have I turned that train off? It's possible. Full cargo inventory. Oh, it can probably take more than... It can probably take 80,000 in each one of these, so waiting for full cargo is probably not going to work. We may as well send it there by directing it. Yeah, it's used all 80,000 of those. So, where did I make the cars? They're just down here, aren't they? 16 of them. It'll do for now. And here we are. So yeah, that doesn't fit at all. So I don't quite know what I did wrong there. Place the car, modules. Obviously this one's slightly in the wrong place. Car can go in there. Which means these two are now in the wrong place. This is in the wrong place. There. Hang on, car. I must have put you too far forward. Try that. It's better. There should be room for a car there. And a car here. Where are the beacons? There they are. And a car. Is that, no, that's probably not ideal. Let's put it like that. Not quite sure how it ended up that I needed to do this, but never mind. Probably something obvious that escaped me at the time. We want it like so. Almost out of this collection of cars. Which I think when I'm out of cars I will stop there for this episode. Because it is really just going to be more of the same, running back, getting some more cars. That might work. Good. Things seem to have reverted to normal. I must have just misplaced it and then place something next to it or something, I don't know. So 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, that makes sense, and there's room for the cars, excellent. So yeah, the idea is we'll have this one be plastic. I will make a copy of this when I have completed all of this shenanigans. And the car, it won't copy the car into the blueprint, unfortunately. Whoops. I'll probably forget about that one now. I've got those around the wrong way, haven't I? Got to be a little bit careful when you rotate these. They will actually pick the modules out of beacons, which seems a little bit silly, but that's what they do. Never mind. I only want the insides, I think. See how that works. Are these lined up? They're not quite, actually, are they? Maybe we need to go over one more. Oops. Whoops. I now have lost. Lost my pattern. Okay. Let's try that. So I think these things are more or less opposite now. Unfortunately, I didn't pick up the very outermost ones of those. But never mind, and we should be able to lay track. To the same sort of point and get coal in at both sides so that we can feed both and have the coal wrap round hard and the plastic do a more gentle, well, the plastic probably will maybe even go on here. Who knows? Let's do all the processing just up here. But yeah, we've gone on way too long, guys. So thanks for joining me for this, and I look forward to seeing you in the next. Bye-bye for now.